Alrighty, it looks like we are up and running. So let's get it going. So the first thing that we're going to be looking out for is item caves. So everybody's hopping into the exact same cave. And from the looks of it, it is Parappa Cave. So no item to be found there. We're also looking for palaces and towns. But mostly item caves like the one Eunos has currently. This is has the medicine in the vanilla game. In Randomizer, though, it's going to have something totally different. There was the grass tile for Xarnax. I didn't see what he picked up because his cropping is a little bit off there, but we'll get that fixed here as soon as we can. RCS also in Medicine Cave. We're about to see what we got here in Medicine Cave. It is the glove. That is a great early find, as the glove is practically required to beat this randomizer. It allows you to break blocks in the dungeons, and a lot of the dungeons, so dungeons 2, 3, 6, and 7 especially, are all pretty much going to require the glove for you to get through. Actually, it doesn't look like... And there goes Larry picking up the glove, and it looks like Xarnax isn't too far behind. Looks like Xarnax is having a little trouble with this blue gorilla here, which is not surprising, you know, especially with the low health that you start the game with, and then followed immediately by a red Dyra. That is quite the combo. Palace-wise, we've seen Great Palace, and that palace that Eunos was just at is Palace number 2. You can tell by looking at the pillars as well as the stabbing the statue. So it looks like we've got a cross pickup on the grass tile. I think a few players have found that, as Xarnax is going to pick up his glove here momentarily. All 4 of our runners picking up that very important item. Larry picks up the trophy there. That looks like it's in Heart Container Cave. Eunos has found Saria, so he's going to get a spell. Alrighty. Looks like Xarnax has also found Heart Container Cave, so he is going to pick up... what was in Heart Container Cave? That was the trophy. He's going to pick that up momentarily. It looks like the last palace we have on this continent is either 3 or 6, and RoseCitySaint is going to take some time to grind these red iron knuckles out of the statues. That looked like a 1-up there on that swamp tile for RoseCitySaint. We got Shield Town, the town of... oh, shoot, the name is escaping me right now. Looks like Fairy Spell in Shield Town. That's another fantastic spell for these runners to have. So especially early on. The reason that spell is so useful because it allows you to ferry through key doors in the dungeon, so you don't have to worry about picking up as many keys with that spell under your belt. And that sounds like I've been joined by Buzz Thunder. How you doing, Buzz?
Big Shake?
Hey, what's up, man?
Oh, hey, how you doing, man? Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, sorry you were having some technical problems there, but glad you could make it.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, for sure. So we found the glove early. I don't know how much you've been keeping up.
It was hard. I saw glove in medicine cave. I see candle, trophy. Where were those?
Trophy was in heart container cave. The cross was on the grass tile. A lot of people picked that up and got some pretty good spells too. We got the fairy spell and the life spell so far.
Okay, fairy and Raru.
There's the child in magic container cave. Pick up for AngryLarry. That'll get him another spell once he crosses over to the eastern continent and finds the town of Denver.
Yep, that'll be nice. Gonna help you get a spell in there as he finds the backside of Saria, but utilizing the fairy spell, he'll be able to cruise on across and probably pick up the spell, because didn't see if he got it or not. So Dig Shake, have you explained about this randomizer, what this thing is, how it works? Because
I've explained a little bit about it, but I was trying to keep up with the furious pace that typically happens at the beginning of these races. So
yeah, a lot of items coming really quickly, but since we're here on a channel where maybe some of our viewers, as well as myself, might not be completely familiar with the randomizer, I ask you, Dig Shake, as the creator, how does the randomizer work? What are we looking for here in the Western continent?
So we're looking for 4 towns, 5 item caves, a grass tile, and 3 palaces is what we're looking for. We've actually found, let's see, we found all 3 palaces. I've seen a couple boulder blocks. So we found 3 item caves and the grass tile. Still looking for a couple item caves, I guess, considering they might be blocked though. There's at least 1 boulder block cave out there that I've seen.
Yeah, from what you told me, so the trophy cave should be blocked as well as Peabag cave.
I believe so, yes.
Okay, so both of those we are going to need a hammer to get in, because any cave that is boulder blocked here in the Western continent is guaranteed to have a item in there.
Yeah, and I think you're going to see people start diving into palaces for that reason. Actually, we can already see Larry ducking into palace too.
Yeah, well, with getting the glove like almost immediately in medicine cave, that kind of just, especially, and then glove and fairy both, that just gives you free access to basically everything. This fairy is castable, so you can get through. You probably already covered this. You can bypass locked doors, and there is a room that has a glove block in Palace 2. But you know, you have the glove, you have the fairy, so you don't really have to wait for that. What is Larry doing down there?
Those drippers typically drop bots. The randomizer, sometimes they can drop bots, but the randomizer changes it up, and it looks like we got red iron knuckles this time around. So,
how much for the red iron knuckles?
I think it's 150, which is pretty good. Looks like Larry's gonna hang out and grind up some early levels here.
Yeah, that's not a bad way to spend your time, because that's just basically free experience. Yeah, I mean, getting your attack to 3, because look at that. I mean, that was, you get a couple of them to drop in a row. He just got 350 XP right then and there, so it looks like he might even be considering grinding up to attack 4. So we'll see how many of our other runners decide to do that.
Yeah, for sure. I know of at least one other runner who would probably decide to do that, given the opportunity.
Yeah, I know that guy. Probably not going to be Eunos.
No, probably not. It's not really his style. Eunos is going to go cash in the trophy here. What spells are we looking for, Buzz? What spells are important?
Well, we already have one of the most important spells ferried as far as traveling and getting through your key blocks. But as far as what's required to beat the game, we are going to need a reflect spell, which you need to take out the boss in Palace 4, Karok, as well as the Thunder spell, which you need to take out T-Bird in the Great Palace. But in Rudo, again, you do need that fairy to cash in to get the spell, and you get the spell. So that's a little confusing. I mean, it's already a spell, and it's called a spell. So what does that do? What does that mean, Digshake?
So you can use that spell to turn things into bots, certain enemies into bots, or you can also use it to pick up an item in the town of Nukasudo, over on the other continent here.
Yeah, ultimately, it's not the most helpful spell in the world, but it does have some uses, and it can lead you to a essential item.
Very small chance that it's required to beat the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's really helpful, mostly helpful in vanilla as far as Death Valley, using that to get past those nasty lava encounters.
We see Eunos choosing Palace 3 instead of Palace 2, although he's leaving.
Okay, he just peeked in there and got his way out. I feel it's been a trend lately. I don't know if if the randomizer has a mood or not, but I feel like Glove has been in 3 a lot recently, but I mean, apparently that's out the window on this one.
I think he probably was hoping that he would have the town that he's in right now, Mido, to pick up Downstab. I don't think he had that before, so...
Yeah, that's incredibly important.
Yeah, we got more grinding going on the right half of your screen here. Xarnax has joined the party.
I mean, I just saw that luck that Larry had. He just had about 7 out of 8 blue drops there, just like grinding way up. I mean, once you get to attack 5, you can just completely forget about leveling. I mean, as far as a lot of the players in this game play.
Yeah. And he's gonna be there pretty soon. He's almost there. So Larry's gonna call it good. RoseCitySaint has also picked up Downstab, so he's in pretty good shape now too. Would you prefer attack 5 or Downstab, Buzz? Which one would you rather have?
Which would I rather have? I'd rather have attack 5. I mean, yeah, Downstab is good, but it's not terribly required until you go over until the west. It's a lot more helpful just because the east, sorry. The things over there are a lot more, they're tougher. They deal a lot more damage, and Downstab's nice as far as skipping things.
Yeah. See, I'm the opposite. I'd take Downstab all day.
Yeah, but still, early game, I think it's really important to save time as far as having that extra attack level, just because you're running into a lot of encounters, and what can slow you down early game is dying, game overing, things like that. So I feel that's attack level is a good deterrent for that. But it looks like Eunos is back in Palace 3.
Yep, took his Downstab and came back. Larry and Xarnax, well, Xarnax is still grinding a little bit, it looks like, but Larry's moved on.
And down in the bottom left there, RoseCitySaint is going to be picking up the spell in the town of Rudo.
We do have an item room find for Eunos in Palace 3. Still one very important item out there that we need, and that's not it. That's not what he was hoping for at all.
Oh, what's that, a heart container?
Yep.
Yeah, heart containers are nice for health, but for a player like Eunos, yeah, he can beat the game with 1 heart container, so yeah, you want the type of items that help you advance, so not a big find for him.
Yeah, these runners really want the raft right now. That's the main thing that's going to slow them down.
What was the third palace, Digshake? We have 3, 2, and what?
Great Palace, GP.
Oh, 3, 2, and GP. Okay. So it looks like, yeah, we're whittling everything down here. So the raft is either going to be in 2, or where else could it be, Dig Shake?
Could be up there on Death Mountain, or we could get the hammer, which would open up a few more spots for us. That's about it, though. I don't think there's any other options.
Yeah, that's everything that's left, because we have. Oh, yeah, wow. Rose didn't have the glove.
Whoops.
That was marked a bit early, so now he's got it. I mean, everybody else got it immediately. So what the hell was he doing?
I think he game overed in that cave because there was a blue Garia and a red Dyra back to back. So that's a tough early combination.
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't know if you saw Larry down there. He was going for it. He was trying to do that almost pixel perfect jump through that breakaway bridge room that you see Xarnax and him both dealing with. It's almost impossible to do, but I've seen it done. I did it one time myself.
Oh really?
Yeah, and then I never tried it ever again. Well, no, I did try it. I did try it another time, and I was like, nope, forget that. It's almost impossible to do.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever done it. I've certainly tried it, but I don't think I've ever succeeded.
It was one of those beginner's luck things where after I did it, I was like, well, forget this. It's not even worth trying. It
was a BGT eco key situation.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Rose confident going into 2 now. Does have the glove, and we do see Eunos going to fight the boss of level 3, which is more commonly known as Rebo McIntyre. She had her own sitcom, country singer.
He must have game over because I feel like he already fought this boss once, but maybe I'm misremembering. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you play this game enough, you just feel like Rebo is always happening.
Larry taking down Palace too, so we do have some gem progression going on.
Larry with Palace 2. We still don't have the item in 2, so most likely Larry's gonna jump right back in. But look at his levels right now.
I feel like they've been in 2 for a very long time, though, and for them not to have the item feels a little weird to me. But
I would say there's probably only 1 or 2 rooms, just one turn. He probably knows right around where it is. But man, this early on, I was just gonna say the levels this early on. I know Larry did a lot of grinding with attack 6, but if he keeps this up, he's gonna be pretty strong here.
I wonder if it's just right over here. Xarnax has it.
Yep.
And so does RCS, actually. So we are about to figure out what this is.
Yeah, Rose, he hadn't been in there for long, so it seems like it is closer to start.
And that is our raft, so we do need to dig that item out of Palace 2 in order to keep moving here.
Yep, item in Palace 2 required, glove required to complete Palace 2, but not a big deal because the glove was basically handed to you. Wink, wink, in the beginning.
Unfortunately, I think Larry just left Palace 2 and did not get the raft.
I really don't understand. I mean, from what we've seen and what he's seen, I think that he would put high value. He tends to put high value on items anyways, where you should, until you know that you can go and complete the game, you might as well get the item, especially for the amount of time that he was in Palace 2, because you know that he would have had it mostly mapped out and known where it would be. So pretty surprising they didn't grab it.
What he does not have is down stab, I don't think. So maybe he's gonna swing back and try and take care of that first. I don't know. We do see Xarnax taking care of business in Palace 2, and Eunos is going to pick up the raft here as well.
Yep, so gem counts are going to kind of get evened up. A lot of people completing Palace 2. Eunos is going to have the lead because I haven't seen anybody in Palace 3 until Larry's jumping in there right now.
Yep. It was a pretty short Palace 3 too, from what I remember.
Yeah, usually Palace 3 will be pretty short for the most part. It's just I would say, is it the smallest or second smallest? I would say after 1. Is that correct, Dick Shake?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, and it's very linear. There's only a couple elevators. You just kind of walk right. I mean, there's only one really, if you find that little courtyard outside room, that's a little bit of a dead end. But other than that, when you're in Palace 3, you just kind of keep going right, and you're going to find either the item or the boss, and you can get yourself out of there.
Yeah. Yeah, 3 is one of the easier levels for sure. As long as you have the glove, it's trouble.
Yeah.
Larry just going directly to the item. He's probably not going to be terribly unhappy about the heart container, but it doesn't help him progress.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's helpful for survival, but it's more helpful because of information. So now he probably knows, okay, I'm going to clear this, and then I should probably go right back to 2.
Yeah.
Unless he decides to go to Death Mountain, because...
It'd be a little bit of a gamble. Be a little bit of a gamble at this point.
Yeah, I'd be surprised to do Death Mountain over 2, especially since you've already been in there. So, we'll see. But he might be hungry to use that fancy new tracker of him, trademarked AngryLarry Zelda 2 Randomizer tracker, Death Mountain.
.org.
Yeah, exactly, something like that.
And here we go. Xarnax is going to be our first runner to go sailing.
Over in the Eastern Continent. So, Dig Shake.
We're looking for a break.
For somebody like me and maybe some of our viewers, what is going on over here in the Eastern Continent?
Yeah, we got let's see. We got 3 palaces. We got 4 more towns. Only 2 item caves, but a water tile and a desert tile that also have items. And then, what am I forgetting, Buzz?
I believe you're forgetting Maze Island.
Oh yes, Maze Island, which also has a palace and 2 more basically free items. So,
yeah, there's a lot more items and things that you can get. That's why the raft is, the raft's important because basically half the game is on that other side, but where you are now, our players still need the 2 required spells to pass, and 3 out of the 4 towns over in the Eastern Continent do have a free spell. All you have to do is walk into the town and you can get it. The other one is the town of Denver, where you need the kid.
And most of our runners have the kit, I believe, so...
yeah. I believe, yeah. Unless we miss Xarnax pick them up, they probably all have it.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he got it and we just missed it.
That wouldn't be surprising to me at all. Rose with a death at Helmet Head. We're gonna have to give him a little bit of grief for that.
Looked like that was Larry just snagging the cross there on the grass tile. Wonder if he's looking for that down stab.
Cross, it's not what you hope for. It's more of a survivability item because a lot of the MOAs over in the Eastern Continent will be invisible, and they'll just beat you up and kill you because you can't see them and therefore cannot avoid them. But when you hold the cross, you can see them, and it's a lot more, it's helpful. You can see the enemy. Fighting a visible enemy is, easier than fighting Reptile in Mortal Kombat 2 when he turns invisible.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Man, it's been a long time since I played that game.
Yeah, it's been like a week for me. I should play you, Dig Shake. I told you.
Classic Buzz.
I used to play that game quite a bit.
So it looks like we got a couple runners getting down stab here. I wonder if we'll see Larry go back into 2 after that.
Very essential. Unfortunately, RoseCitySaint just does not like community hints, never puts them on. I try to give him grief for it, but you know, that's the way it goes. I love community hints.
I need to add some more in there.
You should let me write them. I'll write about like 1,000 of them.
Then I have to pick and choose which ones are good?
No, just put them all in there.
Oh, okay. So we got a lot of people over on the eastern continent here now. I think everybody but our RoseCitySaint is over in the east. And what palace is that right there?
That is Palace 4. You know that it's Palace 4 because it has a MOA on the outside. And you do need Reflect to complete that, so mostly runners will not even go in there without Reflect unless you're really digging for an item. We did see Eunos finding Thirsty Broad, giving her the water. You get the spell out of the town of Nibiru, and I did not see what it was. That was very quick.
That was the jump spell.
He got Jump out of Nibiru. Okay.
So even though they have 2 spell items, there's still a third spell item out there, the Water of Life, that blocks the spell that's in Mido, and until they can find Reflect and Thunder, they're going to be nervous about that.
Yeah, there's a... yeah, we have access to 3 out of the 4 remaining spells, and 2 of those are required, so there's still a chance that you might have to dig for another item.
There's a lot of good information, though. Eunos picking up Thunder in Old Kasudo, and it looks like Xarnax is in Darunia right now, so...
Alright, I got a little bit of a delay here.
Yeah, I can see it on my end as well. I can hear... It's probably RoseCitySaint. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that sounded like somebody fighting Rebanak. Yeah, just play any clip of Zelda 2 and I can tell you what they're doing. Basically.
You should do a blindfolded run, Buzz.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, give me about 2 years.
So here we go. We're about to. We did not miss the spell in Darunia, which is good because this is important. Oh, okay. That's an interesting one. We got the fire spell.
The fire spell. Normally, it's kind of a worthless spell. A lot of people don't cast it because you need it to kill invulnerable enemies. But under these flags, I think there's something different about it. Am I right, Dick Shake?
You certainly are, Buzz. Under these flags, the fire spell is randomly combined with one of the other 7 spells. So it could be fire and jump, fire and shield, or... the runners probably hope that it's fire and reflect because that would give them everything they need to beat the game at this point.
Yeah, that's another thing I didn't say about when we were talking about, well, they need this spell, they need that one. Getting fire, yeah, could be one of those required. We know that where thunder is, but fire could be reflect, you never know. Okay, and then I just did see Xarnax was in a P-bag cave, and it looks like he found the hammer.
Thought that was the hammer, but I wasn't quite sure. That's a big find.
Yeah, because we know that gives you two of the items that we know are hammer blocked over in the western continent. He can go back and do that, and then if he really wants, there is that other item underneath the boulder over in Death Mountain.
Although, what items do we really need at this point, do you think?
Well, yeah, I mean, at this point...
Maybe a magic container or 2 would be nice?
Yeah, it would be okay, but I haven't seen what Thunder costs, but ultimately, we're really just looking for spells. That's the most important information at this point. Like, see what's in, what's fire combined with what's in New Kasudo, because if fire's not combined with Reflect, and in Hidden New Kasudo or Hidden Kasudo, if that's not combined with Reflect, we know 100% that we're going to have to get the medicine or the Water of Life to get that required spell to complete the game.
Yeah, and Larry coming back here to pick up his raft, while Xarnax was at the horn that I saw.
I would say that was the horn, yes. And was that a P-bag cave again?
That Xarnax was in?
Yeah.
That was the western P-bag cave, yes.
Okay, so both P-bag has a hammer and then a flute.
Well,
I saw
hammer was in the east. The flute was in the west.
Oh,
in
that was the
Teabag
west.
Cave.
My mistake. Sorry.
And it looks like we got Trophy Cave right here as well on Xarnax's side. So this will be the last item for him. It's in the west.
I also know that Eunos has been exploring Maze Island over here. I don't know if you noticed any items that he picked up, or if chat could help us out.
Eunos got a heart container. I know that for sure.
Okay, 1 heart container in the maze.
And it looks like RoseCitySaint is about to pick up this hammer as well. Although, from Xarnax's side, we can see that it's not been that useful yet.
Yeah, and really, you don't know if you really want it or really need it. Just to touch on the flute, that was got in the Teabag Cave. That there is a in the Eastern Continent. There's a ex-wife that'll be sitting on the road, won't let you go by. But that's one way to get around it. So it's rarely you need the flute, but sometimes it does help your maneuverability and access to areas over on the Eastern Continent.
Yeah. Lots of P-bags being picked up over in the east. That's one reason why runners like get some fast levels. Although, look at Larry's attack level right now. My goodness.
Yeah, his time spent farming, he really utilized that well, because he doesn't have many gems either. If he gets 2 more gems, he's gonna be crazy high. As far as his levels, because well, I guess we haven't really touched on how leveling works.
Not so much, no. Why don't you take that one, Buzz?
Oh, geez. So there's numbers. You have attack levels, you have magic levels, and you have life levels. Each of them have different values at different, which level you are at them. And I believe all of them are plus and minus 25%.
Yeah, that's
of
right.
Base. So the best way to utilize it is keeping your magic and life levels low, because those are easier thresholds to overcome. But if you get enough experience to get your attack level higher, and then you get that level, and then you can cancel the magic level, cancel the attack, the life level, and all your experience will go up to where you are to need that attack level. You can use that to disperse it into the other areas as well. I feel like I explained that horribly.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I mean,
talking about using the gems to fill up your attack faster.
So the thing is, when you use a gem, placing one of the gems in any of the palaces is going to fill your experience all the way up to the next level that you are. So the way to utilize that, like with Larry here, if he gets past the threshold of Magic 3 and Life 4 and gets that gem, that's going to go all the way up to his Attack 7 level, which is probably going to be like 5,000 or something. So he can either take Attack level 8, or he can use that 5,000 to disperse the total amount into Magic levels or Life levels, and be able to get about 5 or 6 levels out of one gem.
Yeah. The other major school is to just take every level as you get it, and usually end up with lower levels at the end that way, but I think it probably is a little bit faster overall.
Yeah, it really depends on your style of play, or how comfortable you are with attacking bosses and enemies at certain levels. So Larry's kind of going with the that was the popular style, about a year ago, as far as keeping Magic 3, Life 4, just keep them there and beef up your attack level. But then in the last tournament, it just kind of, it's a trendy thing. Everybody was like, hey, you know what, everybody's leveling up as they go, so let's do it. All the cool kids are doing it, so why shouldn't I?
I jumped on the bandwagon, so...
Yeah, I did too.
It worked out all right.
Yeah, for me, I just look for early attack levels. Once I get to attack 4, just don't even think about experience anymore.
Eunos finding the item in Palace 5. We already have the glove, so I'm really confused, because that's where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. It's almost like this is randomized. I mean, I don't know. Talk to Fred about it. I don't know.
It was a magic container instead, so he's just looking for Guma now. Looks like RoseCitySaint doesn't. Oh, he probably is missing some items still.
Is 5 on Maze Island?
Yes, it is.
All right, and I don't think. I mean, again, I've been talking. I didn't see any other palaces on the eastern. Did you?
4 is in the east.
Okay, yeah, we found 4 in the open. We haven't seen the Death Valley.
Oh, we have not. No.
Okay, so in the east there is another palace that's going to be out in the open, and then the other one will be on Death Valley.
Yep.
What's Death Valley, Dig Shake?
Yeah, so in the original game, that's where Great Palace lives, and in the randomizer, there's still a palace in there. It's the one with all the lava, but it doesn't have to be Great Palace, though it could be. It's kind of a pain because you gotta get through those lava encounters. So you'll see various tricks that people use to get around those. Yeah, all of our runners following a pretty similar path here. Larry is now in Maze Island. Runners hanging out on Maze Island right now.
Yep, Rosa picking up the heart container. Did we see the other Maze Island item?
I think they might both be heart containers. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that they might both be heart containers.
Okay. Well, let's see here.
I really don't know though. Eunos probably found it, so
yeah, it has to be something else because there was a heart container in 3.
Oh, okay.
Well, and Eunos at 6. So unless he didn't get it.
No, I think he did get the 1 in 3. He's also found Guma, so he's gonna have this palace cleared. Well, gonna have to take another try first.
Unless his pride gets in the way, which I've seen before. Guma is a rough boss. Probably the most difficult and most notorious in this game. Just because he hits so hard, he's a little bit tricky. You know, his hitbox kind of jumps out in front of you. I mean, Eunos is doing it as well as anybody can. But, you know, still, where you are, if you don't have a shield spell and you take damage, he can easily beat you up.
You can see with life 5, Guma is still taking, it looks like 3 bars.
Yeah, yeah. Because Eunos casted life twice there, but still took him down. So we'll see if Eunos slows down.
I kind of don't think he will. That's just not really his style.
Say that. Yeah, that's not what he's going to do. He's going to keep going just as hard. But to answer my question here, I just saw AngryLarry pick up a pea bag in in the magic container spot in Maze Island.
That makes sense.
He's down to 1 life. Let's see how how conservative can Eunos get?
How close to the start is Guma as well? Is he like kind of nearby, or?
Yeah, that's a good question. That might have something to do with it.
Uh-oh.
Either way, no, he's dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least he saved himself the game over screen, and now he's just taking it out. Just
yeah, blowing off some steam.
Anger stabbing.
I've been there.
I was playing the other night. Same thing happened to me. Not a game over, but I'll name drop Lord of Ultima. He knows how to play this game, and he said, yeah, the key to Guma is patience. You got to be patient with Guma, because if you try to go all in, like we just saw Eunos do, I mean, he's one of the best in the business. He can kill him quickly, but if you game over, you know, that's just gonna set you back. So it's slow and steady wins the race when it comes to a Guma fight.
Yeah, for sure. And 3 of our 4 runners hanging out in Palace 5 right now. RoseCitySaint's the only one who decided to skip Palace 5, go elsewhere.
Yeah, because it seemed like he was in there. I guess he picked up the items and didn't want to go in.
I think he saw that it was 5 and decided he wasn't ready and left.
A little surprising, just because where his levels are. I mean, I think he's fine. For me, if I have attack 4, I'll do 5. I have no problem with that. But Guma at attack 3 is just too much of a headache. But at 4, I'm confident that I can. It usually takes somewhere between 20 to 30 hits on Guma with attack 4, and I think that's doable.
This could be where Larry grinding attack levels really pays off, because with attack 7, he's going to finish off Guma a lot faster than anybody else.
Yeah, that's really that. The Eunos pride might creep back in and slow him down just a little bit more.
There was the desert tile. That was a heart container.
Heart container on the desert.
And Eunos is back. Decides to use some jump strats this time around. That's interesting.
Yeah, it looks like he's almost trying to jackhammer him down stab, but again, no, caution to the wind.
Yeah. And it took him a couple minutes to get back here, so Guma is not near the beginning. He is a ways away. Wow, when Eunos gets it right, though, holy crap.
Yeah, I mean, getting inside the hitbox and down stabbing is just unreal. But I mean, all for naught. Just pump the brakes a little bit, Eunos. You can do it.
I don't know if he can. I mean, he definitely can, but he also definitely does not want to.
Yeah, this wouldn't be the first time that I've seen Eunos game over twice to Guma.
And Xarnax is caught up to him here, so there it is.
Wow.
So, Eunos not gonna go back in right now. He's probably gonna go get some more attack levels, I assume. Come back later.
Xarnax looking good. He hit. Man, Xarnax had ability to cast another life there, but he didn't, and took that death. He was looking really good on that fight.
Yep. Got a couple of tries left, though. I actually think Xarnax is kind of the same way as Eunos, and will sit there and fight Guma the way he wants to over and over again till he gets it right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the complete opposite. I just do my safe figure 8 strategies and, get out of there.
Now, Xarnax is actually slowing down now. He's on his last hit, so he's going to take it easy.
Know that Allman Brothers band song? Steve Miller Band?
I thought it was the Beatles.
No. Take it easy? Oh, you're doing a dig shake. I get it. I'm paying attention.
Wow! Walked right into that one.
I thought professionalism would overcome, but there we do. There we go. Xarnax taking out Guma. It's not really that hard. These guys are just making it look hard. I don't know why, but yeah, there goes Guma. And another gem place for Xarnax.
Yeah, Larry's still hanging out in 5. Has not found Guma yet, but he's explored a big chunk, so I think we'll see him fighting Guma here momentarily.
Yeah, I think I just saw him go through the false wall, which is what I saw Eunos do on his way over there, so he's got to be close. I think he's only a couple rooms away.
That was Palace 6 on RoseCitySaint's side. He decided not to go in quite yet.
Okay, Palace 6 is out in the open, so that means on Death Valley we have Palace 1.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, not the best spot for it, but it's there. You got Fairy, not a big deal.
Do we know what fire is? I haven't seen anybody cast it yet.
Yeah, I I'm sure somebody has, but I don't know what it is. Yeah, we still don't know whether we need that that water of life.
Yeah, still looking for new Kasuto, right?
Yeah, haven't seen new Kusuto.
Oh, and here's Larry on Guma. So let's see. He was trying to jackhammer him too. Everybody's going in on him. Larry's got attack 7 though, so Guma should go down a lot quicker.
Yeah, he still seems pretty beefy, but okay, yeah, here we go. He's only gonna have 4 more hits. Yeah, there you go. That's what Larry's doing right now. That's my preferred method.
It's definitely slower, but if you don't die, it's faster.
Right,
so.
I was saying, yeah, oh yeah, that's slower, but game overing twice, how slow is that?
Yeah, for sure. What's Larry doing? Oh, is he trying to grind up for another?
Oh yeah, he knows that there's this bubble out here, and I think that's going to be his life 4 threshold. Oh, unfortunately, it's 6 short.
Yeah.
But there's his friend, the one-hit kill Red Iron Knuckles. So, yeah, look at that. I don't know if he's going to take attack 8. He probably will. That's just going to raise that threshold even higher. But the amount of gem experience you get from that gem, if he took it right away after killing Guma, that would only have been 40. But taking it right now is going to give him, 6,300 experience points. So that's the difference when you level that way.
And I believe that gives Larry our gem lead right now. 3 gems to 2 for everybody else. Unless I'm mistaken.
Yeah, he's looking good. Really, it still comes down to, do we need that water of life? Where is the reflect spell? That is the most important piece of information. Has been for a minute or two.
You can see the Valley of Death down there, but I don't see... Okay, it looks like Xarnax has found how to get into the Valley of Death.
Oh wow, like I've never seen that little one tile swamp that actually gives you access over the river. That's interesting.
Oh, you didn't think the rando could do swamp bridges, huh?
Well, no, I mean, all bets are off when it comes to the programming on this thing. I mean, who knows what they were thinking? But
Well, Xarnax is going to head into P1 here.
Before. I've probably seen like maybe 5 or 6 seeds of this game, something like that. But I've never seen.
I'm joking around, but I don't think I've seen anything quite like that before either. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, there you go. There's some good ones. There's God, what did I see a couple weeks ago?
Oh, Xarnax trying to do that jumpless, I think, and taking a lava bath.
Yeah, I would say I would love to see somebody actually go through one of these encounters, just because it's been so long since I've seen that.
Well, he made it to Palace 1. He's going to be happy to see that. Eunos snags his hammer. I wonder if he's going to fall into the trap that to go back. Looks like he is. Grab those boulder blocked caves. He's going to be disappointed for sure. Looks like Larry is also... Is that also... the hammer?
Yeah. So... Did we see what Trophy Cave was? Oh, here we go, right now. Did we see this?
Yeah, it's... is it a heart container? Or a magic container, maybe?
Magic container, okay. So really,
not the worst item, but
yeah. Again, we're still at the most telling thing is going to be, what is the spell in?
Oh man, what a find for Xarnax there.
Boots in 1.
Boots in 1.
Great item.
So in the original game, those boots allow you to walk on water tiles. Only some of the water tiles. In Randomizer, it will let you walk on any water tile you want as long as it's within the bounds of the map. You can't go off the edge of the map. So, very powerful item.
Yeah, huge help with just overworld exploration, maneuverability. Also, it gives you access to, in the eastern continents, there is a water tile that has a item on it, so that's another bonus.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to figure out how Xarnax got to Palace 1. I didn't see if he took a cave or something that dropped him in that area.
Yeah, difficult to say. Watching 4 streams at the same time, your grasp of the overworld is garbage.
Actually, it looks like Larry might be nearby as well. It's just off to the right for him.
Yeah, maybe if he went over to the right. See, that's the other tricky thing, because if you don't see that, it looks like it's not even there.
Yeah, it kind of does,
like,
doesn't it?
Why would I go over there? That river is not going to give me any help, you know. But Horsehead down for Xarnax.
Yep. There, Larry sees it for sure.
Okay, he sees it, and he's going to go in the other P-bag cave. So
Eunos finding 6 as well.
I didn't have this one marked out. What is in this P-bag cave?
I don't think we've seen it before. I don't.
We had
Xarnax
the hammer.
Must have found it. I don't know.
Yeah, we had a hammer in a P-bag cave, and then something else. So. Looks like it's a magic container.
Could be. Nope. Heart container.
Heart container. So we've seen all 4. All 4 are extra heart containers.
Yes, I believe that's correct.
Oh, and there we go. The boots, very helpful in finding new Kasuto. So
was it blocked? Was it boot blocked?
I don't know if it was blocked, but it looked like everybody saw it. It seemed like it was right by the raft tile, but you just walked straight down south, and there was a river around it. So
magic key pickup in New Kasuto. Not strictly required, but also not a bad item to find.
Yeah, it's a better item to find early in the game. At this point, it's not terribly helpful, but just because of your magic level and your magic containers. But it's still a thing. But the most important thing is here whether this is reflect or not. So this will give Xarnax a bit of a stranglehold because boots will be very important if this will bring him to a DO4D, I think is what it's called.
There it is. Wow.
All right, so we have it.
Yeah, Xarnax has everything he needs to beat this game.
Yeah, the last piece of the puzzle right there. Let's get your Do4Ds up in chat, please.
Eunos finding the item in 6, and he's going to grab it. Maybe just on the off chance that the medicine, he does not yet know that he doesn't need the medicine, so. Gets little diggered. That is not what he wanted to see.
No, I was going to say, I thought he would need that extra life, but apparently not.
Leaves out of frustration.
So yeah, we have a full picture of this seed right now, and it appears as though Xarnax is in the lead as far as knowledge goes, but we'll see.
I mean, he's tied with Larry in terms of gems, although it looks like Larry's heading into 1 right now.
Yeah.
Which would be a great move for him. We know it would be a great move for him to do that. Because the boots are in there.
Yeah, and again, I hope that he... normally, if you go into 1, even if you're at this point, you might as well grab the item.
Oh, for sure. It's such a short dungeon.
Yeah. I I mean, at this point, you still don't know whether I need this item. Who knows? It might be garbage, it might be good, but... And that is a very short Palace 4 right there.
Yeah, it is. Wow. So Xarnax is flying right now. He's cruising through this seed. Although it looks like Palace 6 has given our runners a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, it seems like Rose has been in there for a long time.
Well, no question that Xarnax is in the lead at this point.
Yeah. Yep, takes out Karok. He knows where level 3 is. Knows where level 6 is, I believe.
I don't know that he does. That might be the one thing that he needs to figure out. So I think that town is boot blocked. I think it's fully boot blocked.
Yeah, it is. There was no cave over there. Yeah, this is a boot required seed. Wow, that's a great overworld. I love that.
That's huge.
Yeah, that's what makes this randomizer one of my favorites by far, is just the way that the overworld can spawn and change the seed and the way that you approach it and manipulate the whole thing. Because if the overworld's the same the whole time, you know, it's kind of it's way more luck based, I think.
I mean, it certainly does inject more skill into it when you have to figure out how to get around. Yeah.
At least just knowing what is required to get to where and where you've been, and awareness is more of a, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
Awareness.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully we'll see some more interesting overworlds over time as well.
Yeah, there's always the rare ones that we hope for, as far as early on Bagu required, or having to go through Death Mountain to get to the other side. Flute required almost never happens, but I've seen it, and that's always exciting.
We had one pretty recently, I feel like, that was flute required, but looks like our stream is briefly frozen here. There it is. Xarnax picking up this water tile. It's just another magic container, so not many locations left that we don't know about in this game. And there's 6 right there for Xarnax.
Yeah, the water tile, that's almost something I'll, unless I have basically everything, I pretty much always want to grab that, just because it's only going to take you 10 seconds, and it might be a heart container,
Yeah.
It's not a big time sink. The risk reward is favorable.
Finally, we get a Barba fight for RoseCitySaint.
I was gonna say, I feel like Rose has been in Palace 6 for 15 minutes.
I'm wondering if Larry found those boots while we were waiting for the stream to catch up. Actually, nope, he did not. I just saw his pause screen, so.
Yeah, I saw him going left over the Crumble Bridge in 1, but yeah, apparently that looped him around down here. Yeah, kind of a big dead end, but that's the disadvantage with Larry's leveling right here, because you see him, he's going to have to go back through that Crumble Bridge, just because he's going to be able to capitalize on all that experience. But normally, if he wasn't leveling this way, he would just be able to up A. I don't care. The gem's going to be 1 level, but in this case, it's going to be a lot of levels. So
yeah.
There's always pluses and minuses. There's different strategies. Sometimes they pay off, sometimes they don't. I mean, it's just seeing attack 8 in a randomizer is incredibly rare. You never
These
see
days
that
it
anymore.
is, yeah.
Yeah, very rare.
There we go, Barba down. I did not see the route that he took to get there, but it must have been a little bit crazy.
Yeah, I say that has to be a very hairy Palace 6. as we see two of our other runners dealing with it as well.
Here we see the boot pickup by Larry.
Yep, this is going to be huge. If he's get over this threshold, he'll get crazy good levels. He'll be done with Horus Head. He probably knows where 4 is. It's just if he knows to go south there and get the Reflect spell, you know, this is going to be a really tight race between Xarnax and AngryLarry.
Yeah, I wouldn't count Eunos out yet either. He does have to go back and do 5, which is very unfortunate, but if somebody gets lost in Great Palace or something, he could be right back in this. Although, man, Xarnax taking a huge lead now.
Oh yeah, it looked like he went right to Barba. Everybody, I mean, well, I guess Rose was spending a lot of time in there. Eunos seemed like he was in there for a while too, but wasn't a big deal for Xarnax. Trying the jackhammer, but looks like he might cool down now. Nope, not at all.
Yeah, he's just cruising through this seed. He's got Palace 3 left, and we know that Palace 3 is not that bad of a dungeon, so...
Alright, with Larry after...
He finished 1, right?
Yeah, he did, and then he saved out of there. Didn't even take the experience, but it looks like he knows exactly where to go. Yeah, he knew that town was there.
He didn't even take the XP, huh?
No, he didn't. He saved, but
he did place the gem, right?
Yeah, saying when you place the gem and save, doesn't it keep your experience where it is?
No, you lose your experience when you do that for sure.
Okay, I thought it would still build up.
I mean, the reason people do that, I see people in chat a little confused about it, but the reason people do that is because you have to sit there and wait for that experience to count off, which takes a long time, especially, I mean, by a long time, I mean it takes, what, 15 seconds maybe.
Yeah.
But if you're worried that you're behind, you might consider just skipping it, moving on.
I think he knows that he's going to have to place another gem, and he's comfortable with his levels to the extent that he doesn't need them to get those other gems and cash it in later. So why waste that extra time?
Yeah, and the gem that he needs 2 more gems. He needs 4 and 6, but neither of those are particularly difficult bosses either.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, it's just a little interesting just because he was walking out of 1 like the long way.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe he didn't have enough.
Unless he took attack 9 and I didn't see it, but I don't know.
We might have to ask him about that. As we see RoseCitySaint also hopping into 1 here. Looks like Eunos will be hopping into 1 as well pretty soon.
Yeah, and Xarnax is doing great with as far as backtracking. He knew that his last palace, that last gem he needed 3, was over in the Western Continent, as well as Palace 7. So once you completely finish with the East, you're done. Don't have to go back there, and then you can go clear out the rest of the game. Yeah,
that's really good routing. Although it looks like he never found 3 or forgot where.
Yeah, it does seem like he's kind of to guessing, looking where it is. But this 4 was incredibly quick for him, so let's see if Larry finds the same path.
Is that 3 right there? Yeah, it is.
Yep, it is.
Eunos also on his way to P1, so all 4 of our runners about to pick up essential boots. I'm sure all of them happy to see them as well.
Oh, what? Unfortunately, Larry cast a life. He got a life spell. Cast it in. I don't think he's able to cast Reflect after finding the boss, but oh, he really wants to get. He needs to get over that threshold. Yeah, that's a bit downside to to trying to get over it for when he fought Horsehead. Maybe he didn't have enough experience and didn't want to grind after Horsehead, and now he knows that he has to.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Or he just wanted that magic refill.
I mean, maybe he didn't have enough to cast Reflect at all.
Yeah, I mean
that's possible. Magic 3 Reflect is going to be pretty expensive in Magic 3.
That could be a possibility too. Yeah. I mean, not like I've ever gotten to a place and been like, oh wait, I can't cast that spell. That's never happened. Never happened.
Yep. There's a Palace 1 for RoseCitySaint. That puts him at 4 gems, and Larry will be down to 1 gem left. But Xarnax is going to have all of these palaces completed momentarily.
Yeah, Xarnax looking like he has a big lead over everybody else that we're looking at right now. There are other runners, but we can't see them.
And there we have it. Xarnax placing the last one, and it looks like Larry's going to be placing 4 here. So, fortunately for Larry, Palace 6 is not the one that you want to have left.
Yeah, it's also interesting just because RoseCitySaint's path to Barba in Palace 6 was a very long one, but Xarnax appeared to go there right away, so we'll see what happens to Larry.
Yeah, to have a shot here, Larry really needs to get this Barba knocked out quick.
A nice golden Grand Palace. Great Palace.
So what's the strategy here in Great Palace, Buzz? What are we trying to do?
Well, in Great Palace, you need to... In these flags, we have to kill Thunderbird, and we have to kill Dark Link after that. So, the entrance to Thunderbird, as you can see right there, is always you're going to enter from the left. So, basically, you always want to go right to find these rooms, because your Thunderbird entrance is going to be that direction, and so is your Dark Link. So, you know, if you're forced to go left, that's fine, but as far as finding what you really want to, always just go right in the Great Palace.
Yeah, if you can. Sometimes you can't.
Yeah, exactly. You'll get forced. Great Palace is tricky too. There are some drop rooms where it will make you fall into another room. Those can loop you around to a different part of the palace, so you can kind of get lost. It's a bit of a maze.
Yeah.
So finding another one of the keys is what happens, Dick Shake, if you find Thunderbird early? What does that tell you about the palace?
Yeah, it tells you got a whole palace left after Thunderbird. So Dark Link can be literally anywhere. You won't know that you're on the right path until you see him, basically. So there are probably going to be there'll be at least, I want to say, I don't remember the number. Like, I want to say at least 30 rooms in Great Palace, but as many as 57 or so, I think, is the numbers. But
yeah, Dark Link always has to be after Thunderbird. So as long as you get past that Thunderbird room, you know that Dark Link's going to be back there. But the downfall is that if you take a drops can bring you back in before Thunderbird, so you can kind of get lost and scrambled. But in the one we're looking at right now, that's not a possibility. There's not a possibility to drop backwards. So the entire majority of the dungeon is going to be after Thunderbird.
Yep. Larry's struggling to even find Palace 6 here, unfortunately. I'm not sure I remember where it is myself, but it's kind of up in the northern section, I want to say.
Eunos finishing Palace 1 and RoseCitySaint finding the Reflect spell. So Rose is what is DO4D? Is that what? I forgot what we say. He's ready to go.
Yeah, he's
full Dig Shake.
full dig shake.
Oh yeah, that's what we say. That's the PC version. Full dig shake.
RCS gonna hop into Palace 4 here. I guess Eunos hasn't been to Darunia yet because he's cruising on through.
Wow, look at Xarnax.
Wow. That was not a very difficult Great Palace at all.
No, I'd say about maybe 8-10 rooms max, and gives you Thunderbird, and if you take the linear path, you go right to Dark Link. So
he crushed it.
Yeah, it appears that's a great time too at 110. Wow, he's even going for some crazy.
Was he trying to do the jump strats?
Yeah, he was trying to jump up on that platform.
You can do it. It's very difficult, but it is possible.
Well, there we go. Good game. Xarnax is going to be your winner of the Zelda 2 Randomizer weekly race.
Yep. I think we'll see these other runners finish up in the next 10 or 15 minutes as well, though.
Yeah, it shouldn't be long. I'm going to go ahead and post this in chat.
In fact, there's Palace 4 for RoseCitySaint. We knew that was a short one, so he's just got Palace 5 left. Not a super friendly Palace.
Yeah, we'll see how quick it takes him to get to Guma. Everybody else has spent a lot of time in there already. We know Eunos has to go back there, but he knows the exact path, so once he does get back there, it's not going to take him very long.
Yeah, hopefully he remembers the route.
Yeah, this is what's going to set Eunos on that direct path once he grabs this reflect. Yeah, basically the boots was seemed like the key item in this one.
Yeah, for sure. Getting glove early like that's always a good sign. But that reflect spell being hidden behind the boots was the trickiest part.
Now, there's always something like that. Well, not always, but a lot of times it's just being able to determine that one item that you need to get everything else that is required to complete the seed. And usually you can be like, oh yeah, that was that most important item right there. So
yeah.
Definitely the boots in this one. All right, so all of our 3 featured runners in different locations. Consecutive, going from top left counterclockwise to bottom right. 4, 5, and 6. Eunos in 4. RoseCitySaint in 5. AngryLarry in Palace 6.
Yeah, I was seeing if Xarnax wanted to come in here and chat with us for a moment, but so we'll see if he joins us in just a little bit. And I don't think, yeah, RoseCitySaint was not on the right path. Eunos taking care of 4, so he's just got to go back and fight Guma. Interesting to see if Eunos can make it back to Guma before RoseCitySaint can find Guma.
Yeah, I would figure he would remembers where to go. He's having a rough time with Karok here, but it seems like Palace 4 was really simple for everybody. Just taking your standard, go right, you'll find Karok right away, and there's no need to dig for the item.
And there's Barba for Larry, so he'll be heading into in just a moment as well.
Yeah, he's gonna take that level. He'll probably take that life level as well after placing the gem. Up A because Great Palace was right by start. Yeah, it looked like he almost considered skipping this level, but I think he's going to take life 7. Eunos, Maze Island heading back into 5, and Larry bringing up the Iron Curtain. Pittsburgh Steelers, 1970s. I don't know. Dick Jake, you're a Pittsburgh guy.
I am. That was the late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah.
Yep. Mean Joe Green.
Yeah, I know a little bit about football. Dick Jake, did you see Raw 25?
Raw 25. I am not a wrestling guy, man.
So what was your favorite moment of Raw 25?
It's probably when Mankind threw the Undertaker off the cage. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't even think they showed a screenshot of that, honestly. I watched the abbreviated version, and it was basically just like a nostalgia fest. I was a little bit unimpressed for the overall of the whole thing. It was just like, remember Raw? Isn't it great? You know, like nothing great happened. You know, that's basically what it was.
Yeah.
It was like, I mean, isn't Raw great? I mean, you've got The Undertaker, you got Vince McMahon, you have everybody else in the universe. The list goes on and on.
Well, and so here's the answer to our question. RoseCitySaint has found Guma before Eunos could get all the way back, although I don't think Eunos is very far. So this is going to be a good race between Eunos and RoseCitySaint here.
Yeah, these guys are going to be right on top of each other. If Larry does take the, your normal route as far as go right, just as fast as quick, don't take elevators if you don't have to. Here in Great Palace, he's looking good for second place.
So RoseCitySaint placing the gem just as Eunos walks in the door. He's got attack 6 this time, and look at how fast he's just tearing him up.
Oh yeah, I kind of want to see Guma win again just to teach him a lesson, but no, it didn't happen. Didn't happen. Yeah, so Twisted's a Bear fan. What's that all about?
How's anybody a Bears fan?
I mean, if you were born in the Chicago suburbs.
I guess.
It's a curse.
Well, here we go. This is going to be a great race between Eunos and RCS, presumably for third place behind Larry, but we'll see what Larry does. We don't want to call it done yet.
Yeah, it's hard to say exactly where he is and how far ahead he is. I think he might have taken a different turn from what I have mapped out, but we'll see. Yeah, all of our featured runners here. We are in the golden Great Palace, whatever you want to call it.
That's what you want to see, though, right? All of your runners hanging out in the final palace.
Oh yeah, this is exactly what we want to see.
Oh, there it is.
Yep, he took the standard path, and Larry got there. So looks like he might get a second place finish here.
And RoseCitySaint just doing the slow and steady on T-Bird. We might see Eunos catch up as Eunos gets in a whole bunch of stabs on Thunderbird.
Yeah, this is the big thing, is to see them coming in Rose a little bit ahead of Eunos is very interesting, just because Eunos' combat is just incredible. We do have our second place finisher.
Yep.
I'll go ahead and post that in chat. AngryLarry with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 18 minutes, and 34 seconds. Not bad.
I'm excited about this third place, this race that we got. They're literally half a room, so.
Yeah, it's, Rose has like a 5-second lead?
It's not much. I mean, even just going up that elevator to check what it is, and now they're almost dead even. So
yeah, that might have cost him the race. Honestly, it's funny to think about things like that, you know.
Yeah, we've been playing for an hour and 20 minutes. These guys are just right next to each other. It's amazing. In fact, there we go, just grinding for that red jar, and Eunos.
Yep,
Eunos is not slowing down. He is just pedal to the floor the entire time.
Yeah. Just think about if he didn't game over to Guma. Think about that.
No kidding. I think we're joined by AngryLarry. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
Nice race, man. Great job on that one. What do you think was the sticking point for that particular seed?
I don't know. I mean, I dove into 2 pretty early because I had the glove without finding all the item caves. So I think for me, just getting things in motion instead of just trying to recognize everything, which normally slows me down. Like I'm in tutorial mode. I gotta look at all the caves. I gotta look at all the items. I think I just lit a fire under myself once I got the glove, and didn't want to do Death Mountain. So I went back into 2, got the raft, and then just hop aboard to the Eastern Continent. And it just seemed to kind of flow. Like I kind of missed some locations like New Kasuto because you needed the boots. And I was lucky enough to be like, all right, well, I probably need the medicine for Reflect, so let me go look for the item in 1, and it turned out to be the boots, so I got
nice.
kind of lucky, yeah.
We had simultaneous Dark Link fights on screen between Eunos and RoseCitySaint. It looks like Eunos beat him into the room, so he's going to take the 3rd place spot by 17 seconds, it looks like.
That's 2 weeks in a row that Eunos and RoseCitySaint have been within like 30 seconds of each other, I think.
Yeah. Very exciting 3rd place finish, and wow, what a seed! All 4 of our runners done in an hour 21. That's a kind seed.
We were the 4 on the restream.
Yeah, all 4 of you guys.
Wow, I couldn't picked it any better, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, we gambled and we won.
So you mentioned
the superfecta.
You mentioned the boots in 1 to get Reflect. Were you nervous that you were going to have to track down the water life somewhere?
Oh yeah, I cursed your name for like 20 minutes about the medicine as soon as I went and got, I started looking at all the towns left. Like, I apologize if you watch my VOD, Dig Shake. I don't really mean what I say, but sometimes chat antagonizes me.
All right, Larry. Sure.
But, I'm sure Dig Shake's watching your VODs too.
Yeah.
Twitch on the toilet.
I mean, I've not missed a single AngryLarry stream in my life, so why would I start now?
Oh yeah, I forgot. What was the lawn laugh counter at?
Were you actually doing that?
Yeah, it was like 8 or 9. I already threw away my tracker.
Yeah, you just had 1 right now, but it looks like Eunos is coming in. So thanks for doing the commentary, guys. I look forward to listening back to it.
Hey, thanks a lot, Larry, and congrats on the run, man.
Thank you. See you guys later.
So how do we get Eunos in here? That is a question that I don't know the answer to.
I can do my best Eunos impression if you want me to.
Go for it. Let's hear it.
Oh, well, I've never done this before. Okay, hold on.
Oh, boy.
Ask me a question. Hello.
Hey, Eunos, what do you think about that last seed there?
Yeah, it was,
Oh, okay. That was great. A+. Nice.
I blew it.
You nailed it. Sound just like him.
No,
hey!
Here,
the real
let's
Eunos is here.
Try again.
What's up?
Yo, hold on.
Oh, okay. So I imagine Eunos is, I don't know, doing some stuff. But
Okay.
when he gets back, we'll try not to talk about the Goomba in the room, and talk about.
He had to put up the tin cup thing.
I don't know what else we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that was a big thing. We almost forgot about it until up in the end, where you walked right past RoseCitySaint at the very finish there. But I was like, yeah, just imagine what would have happened if we didn't see 2 game overs from Guma.
Yep.
Yeah, game over to Revenak. That was a good one.
Oh,
Game
man,
over.
see, yeah, we must have missed the Rebo game over. I didn't see
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah,
Wow,
it had
brutal.
a couple game overs because of like the Rebo game over. He went off the screen, and I'd already spent all my lives in Magic, just navigating level 3. And same for I entered P1 with 1 life, and I was like, yeah, P1 with 1 life. This is fine. And I ended up using all my Magic again, and couldn't get through a key door.
Oh yeah, okay, so that makes sense. I did see that you restarted P. Quite sure why.
Yeah, not voluntarily.
That makes more sense now. I mean, great finish considering that you had all those troubles. Still finished in 3rd place, so.
Yeah, I was hoping the other guys were here so I could hear about the boots and how long it took people to get to that point.
Well, Larry was here a moment ago. We were trying to get Xarnax and RoseCitySaint in here. I don't know if they're going to make it or not, but
I believe it was the the order of finishing. If you found the boots, you found the reflect, and then you were done.
yeah. Well, RoseCitySaint was ahead of you into Great Palace, not by a lot. By what do you think, Buzz? Like 30 seconds, maybe.
Yeah, but it just came down to really slower T-Bird fight, and then you checked for the jar before going down that elevator, but Rose, came back and tried to actually get the jar when you just were like, no, forget that. I'm just gonna keep going. That's when you overtook him.
Yeah, I definitely had no need for that jar. It's just, hey, why not?
Yeah.
No, at least I felt my Thunderbird fight that went well.
Yep. That was good.
Yeah, I think that sorry to cut you off. You're just shooting me off, but I think that I don't know what anybody else did, but if the exploration, like coming off the dock in the Eastern Continent, like I went to the one desert tile, went to the other desert tile, and then I went right, and I went right between. If you go down from the dock, you see that there's a town that's boot blocked, and another town down there. And then if you went up far enough and to the right of one of the desert tiles, there's P4. But I missed both of those the first time through.
Oh yeah.
So I kind of wonder if anybody else kind of explored and realized sooner that they should be looking for the boots, because I wasn't really at that point necessarily even thinking I had to look for anything else.
Well, we missed that too. We did not see that town was entirely boot blocked until well after you guys were picking up the boots and grabbing that spell that was in there.
Yeah. Getting a good grasp of the overworld layout while watching 4 streams is almost impossible. As far as I know.
It was tricky for sure. This guy over here said he was going to track the bottom 2 runners, and I think he clicked like 2 buttons and gave up. So,
well, every time I tried to do it, you have already done it. I was like, okay.
Dude, I don't envy your guys' job there today.
Yeah.
I think we did an okay job though. It was fun. It was a good race, very good race.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Eunos, do you ever get to the point where you're gonna say, okay, let's slow down, take a breath, kill Guma slowly?
Well, I was that first time I game over, but then I was cheesing him, and he actually walked out and dropped his his mace hitbox. However, it doesn't. You know how it works, right? I mean, you're at the corner. He doesn't have a hitbox for it at all, but you can hit him. Opposite for the other side, where you can't hit him, but he can hit you no matter what. And he just popped out, frame perfect pop out when I'm swinging, and he killed me.
So that was slow, huh? That was you taking it slow.
Yeah, so I was gonna say it's really hard from looking at the outside that was you trying to slow down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, because these flags, I'm used to combat, really challenging combat stuff with this rando, and so It's just not as much of that with these flags, and so it's like if I don't have fun on Guma and Barba, I don't know what I'm playing for.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I get it. I've done the same thing. Tried to tank my way through a boss when I should have pumped the brakes. It happens to all of us, I think.
Yeah. I know what I'm doing, but I'm just not gonna stop.
Yeah. Well, you know you can do it too, right? Like it's a thing that's like you've done it before. You know that you can tear Guma to shreds. So why can't you do it right now? Basically. Yeah.
That the rust.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I've been trying to get somebody to let RCS in here so we can make fun of him for 5 minutes, but I don't know. I don't know if anybody's around to make that happen.
I mean, he's listening, but...
So, Eunos, how does it feel to repeatedly snipe RoseCitySaint?
Have I done that? That feels great.
Yeah. I think it happened last week, too. He sniped him by like 30 seconds, and this week you got him by 17.
Yeah, he's a really good player now, and so the whole time I'm thinking, I just don't want to lose to RoseCitySaint. It's okay if I lose to Larry. Larry's had a lot of tough breaks.
Yeah.
Randos. And Xarnax is just, Xarnax is kind of like Jackmas, where sometimes it's just like, holy crap. What did he just do?
Oh, RoseCitySaint saying that he beat you last week. Well, we'll pretend like that never happened.
Oh, okay.
I had something to say and then I forgot what it was, but yeah, hopefully we'll see some flag changes coming up here in upcoming weeks. We're trying to sort of get our feet on the ground with this restream, I feel like, and get all the kinks worked out. Also try and grab more people to come race in this weekly rando race. So if anybody out there is listening, watching, you like what you saw, make sure to come on out next Thursday and play some Zelda 2 rando with us. And if you're really, really new, go check out AngryLarry, because he did a great tutorial video last night. So he'll explain the basics for you, let you take it from there.
Yeah, a little bit more than the basics. That was a very in-depth tutorial from what I saw.
It's like a 3 or 4 hour long tutorial, wasn't it?
Yeah, sounds right. I mean, I can't say I watched more than 5 minutes of it, but
yeah.
I watched.
No, I was in there. I was in there for like a half hour or so. The Death Mountain section alone is incredibly impressive. I don't understand Death Mountain that way. It's crazy to know all the caves and what they look like.
Well, what do we think? Is RCS going to be able to come in here, or I don't know. Maybe we should just call it.
Sounds good to me. I've had a blast.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Buzz. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I appreciate being involved. I think this is a very good game, and I think more people need to play it.
I agree with that statement. I really hope to see more people hanging out playing some random the weekly race again next week. So thanks for joining us, everybody. Congrats to Xarnax on the very impressive win, and all of our runners. Make sure to give those guys a follow. And we'll see you next week.